All right. Let's find that beautiful seated Sukhasana, whatever is going to be right for you. The blankie comes in handy. Really nice to raise the hips. And already we're starting with those channels and winds level because we're starting to align the spine, creating that lumbar curve. Coming in, just sitting up a little bit taller. Let's practice, that all day yoga where we lift up out of the crown, take the shoulders back and down, let the shoulders drop down the back a little bit, maybe even squeeze the shoulder blades together a tiny bit, shake out the elbows, sitting up nice and tall. And then we can take those hands, take the thumbs, line those thumbs up, press them, start to think about your visualization. The hands come together, we can bring them right to heart center, relaxing the shoulders back and down, closing the eyes, and either just listening or chanting the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Allow whoever you want to help and work with today in your taking and giving practice to come into your mind. It could even be somebody that you don't know, remember. It could be a celebrity, it could be a politician, it could be anybody. Just allow that to come in. It's easier with someone you know, though. Bringing that gentle, voluntary smile to the face, letting those hands drop down to the lap, starting with our perfect 10 practice. So that, remember, the breath begins on the exhale. So let's take a big inhale together, and I'll count the first one with you. And as you exhale, say to yourself mentally, 1. And as you inhale, say to yourself mentally, 1. And as you exhale, say mentally to yourself, 2. And then when you just start to wander and start to think about something else, just go back to 1. And just try to make the number your only thought. Begin to think about your friend, whoever you're working with. Maybe say their name in your mind or visualize them, get a sense of, imagine them. And imagine them here in the room practicing with you, sitting right across from you, mirroring your posture. And as you look at them, maybe you can visualize or get a sense of or imagine just at the edges you can see this black, inky darkness. And this is their suffering. Whatever they are suffering with ends up as this inky darkness at the edges. And get a sense of that beautiful flower in your heart. And start to deepen your inhale. And as you exhale, just like the fragrance of a flower, you start to affect everything around you. And so on that inhale, you have that ability to focus in on that inky darkness and start to shrink it towards the center, towards their heart. And with each exhale, we allow ourselves to send, like a fragrance, this antidote, this love from a distance. And each inhale, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and it ends up just like a tar ball, a really dense tar ball, just floating right there at their heart center. And then on your next few inhales, as you inhale deep, see that tar ball moving up from the heart, moving up through their throat. And then on the next inhale, maybe see it move up a little bit higher and through the sinuses. And eventually, that tar ball comes right out of their nose and ends up floating between both of your hearts. And with that next inhale, take in that beautiful pranic energy. And on the exhale, send that out like that fragrance. And when you do, you create this beautiful blue rainbow that connects your heart with your friend's heart. And with your next few inhales, just visualize pulling that tar ball from in front of their heart towards the center of this blue rainbow. And as it gets to the center, that radiance from that jewel in your heart obliterates it. Just like a camera flash. And you feel and see your friend smiling and happy and relieved. Beautiful. Letting the eyes flicker open. Coming forward onto hands and knees. And if you were up on a blanket or something like that, you're going to pull that out of the way here. Nice. Start to walk the hands back towards the feet. Just coming through, softness in the knees. Let that forward bend and let the head hang just a little bit. And then we just ragdoll up, vertebra by vertebra, slowly and easily, just ragdolling up, stepping to the top of the mat, coming in for our first round of sun salutation and our first perfection, which is the perfection of giving. And we give in 4 ways. The first way we give is we give content. Lift the toes, stretch that mat between the feet, the kneecaps lift, the glutes activate. Take the shoulders to the ears, press them back and away, reach down through the fingertips, and then bring those palms to heart center. Tuck the thumbs into the hands and think about your flower, your lotus flower or your rose. And say to your friend, I give you the gift of giving. On that next inhale, extend those hands out. Exhale, drop the hands. Inhale, soften knees, pressing hands, slight back bend from the shoulders, sky diamond. Exhale, folding forward, forward bend. Stepping back, left, stepping back right, downward facing dog. Pedal out those heels, let that head hang. Inhale, shift forward, push up plank. Exhale, through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, peel up cobra. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Stepping forward with that left foot, turning right foot out 45. Staying here or starting to stretch that mat between the feet, coming up, warrior one, knee over ankle. Pulling the feet together, yes. Exhale, let's frame that foot. Step back left, downward facing dog. 5 breaths, let's think about how we can give our friend the gift of giving. We can think about what they would need on the level of content here in their life. We can give them the gift of giving. Taking that 5 breath break here. Shifting our thoughts off of what about me? Yes, stepping up left, stepping up right, forward bend. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold. Soften knees. Take those thumbs, press them into the hands. Slowly come on up. Inhale, sky diamond. And then exhale, pull those hands down through heart center, dropping the hands to side body, finding Tadasana, mountain pose. The second way we give is we give protection. Inhale, thumbs come together, press that in. Remind yourself, the lotus flower, who you truly are at the center. Let the heart shine as you inhale and extend those arms long. Exhale. Inhale, soften the knees, slight back bend. Let's think about ways that we could give our friend protection. 5 breaths. So maybe it's a house they need, or protection from mental states or emotional states, or you decide. And see yourself giving that to your friend mentally and seeing them reacting. Bringing that gentle smile to the face. Yes, sirree. Exhale, folding forward bend. Stepping back right, stepping back left, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, push up plank. Exhale, through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, cobra. Or up dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Stepping up left, turning right, or stepping up right, turning out left. Warrior one, inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, let's frame that foot. Stepping back, downward facing dog. 5 breaths, let's give them the gift of giving protection. See them protecting the ones that they love. These are all things that are going to create great world seeds for them, and then they'll find protection for themselves because they're cultivating it in their experience and their thoughts. Send them the gift of giving protection. Yes, stepping up right, stepping up left, forward bend. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Take those thumbs, press them into the hands, soften the knees. Inhale. Sky diamond, press those hands, slight back bend from the shoulders. Pull those hands down through heart center. Start to lift the toes, grab that mat, stretch that mat between the feet. Yes, siree. So we're activating everything from the waist down here. Just take a breath. The third way we give is love. We can offer our friendship, our love, our support at any time. We can lend our attention to someone else in a loving, kind way. We can say to yourself, I give you the gift of love. Inhale, let the hands come on out. Exhale, drop them down. Inhale, soften the knees, slight back bend, sky diamond. Let's think about loving our friend, like what ways we could show them love and support, even if we couldn't financially do it or whatever. Here we can create anything we want with our thoughts. And in doing so, we create those winds, starting to illuminate the heart. Nice. Exhale, folding forward. Stepping back left, stepping back right, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, push up plank. Exhale, through chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Stepping up left, turning out right. Here it is. Warrior one, slight back bend. Exhale, let's frame that foot. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Let's give the gift of love. See them loving their friends and giving them the gift of loving. Maybe they're suffering so much that they have a hard time loving, or they never were taught love or showed love. Here we can see them in the act of love. Breathing. Good. Stepping up left, stepping up right. Forward bend. Inhale, soften those knees, slowly coming on up. Sky diamond. Let's pull those hands down through heart center and then drop the hands to the side body. Yes. And then our fourth round of sun salutation, we give the gift of wisdom. Bringing those hands to heart center. Let's press those thumbs in. Bring those hands to heart center. Yes. Stretching the mat between the feet. I give you the gift of wisdom. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop. Inhale, soften knees, slight back bend. Sky diamond. Thinking about the wisdom that you could share. Maybe you could see them, you give them some book and then they read it, or you know something might be helpful towards them, even if it's not a spiritual book, anything. So you're giving them the gift of wisdom. You're teaching them to be self-sufficient. Here we go. Exhale, let's fold it forward. Stepping back right, stepping back left, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, push up plank. Exhale, through chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Stepping up right, turning out left. That knee is over the ankle, coming on up. Inhale, warrior one with sky diamond. And you're stretching the mat. You're trying to pull the feet together here. Exhale. Let's fold forward, stepping back left. Thinking about 5 breaths here. Giving the gift of wisdom. See them teaching. See them having a joyful effort towards knowing who they are on this deeper level, which is the remedy for all suffering. To realize who you truly are and pointing them in that direction. Good. Stepping up right, stepping up left, and then lowering it on down. Lengthen those legs long. Give those legs a little bounce. Let the feet fall from side to side a little bit. Paschimottanasana. I brought my strap out today, so if you'd like a strap for this, you could have that. The second perfection, kindness, and this series is called Kindness from the West. Bounce out those legs. Let's take the thumbs, press them in, bring that to heart center. Remind yourself who you are. You're this jewel in the lotus flower. Good. On an inhale, sweeping those arms. We have a little softness in the knees. Lengthening out through the crown. Exhale, folding forward here. As you lengthen, get to wherever you are in your practice drop. You could take the bind here with the strap around the balls of the feet. You could reach for the ankles, peace fingers around the toes. So 2/3 at the hips. And then that last 1/3, we roll the shoulders over, let the head hang just a little bit here. breathing, and we're thinking about, you know, giving the gift of kindness. So see yourself being kind to this person, you know, in whatever way that they would need to help with their suffering, even if it's too difficult for you. But mentally here, you could do that. You're intentionally trying not to harm other beings, which is that deepest level of kindness. What you want for others, you want for yourself. Good. Inhale, lengthening, releasing any bind, lengthening through. Slowly coming on up. Yes, sirree. Dropping those hands. Give the legs a little bounce. For this next part of the series, I like a little blanket. You don't have to have one, but I think it's a good prop for the hips. Coming in through seated Sukhasana. I use the prop here to kind of sit up a little bit. For diamond wheel, sitting up nice and tall, lengthening through, let those shoulders drop back and down. We're going to take the hands back and behind, and since I have my strap this time, I haven't had it, you could use your strap like this, holding, the sides of the strap, so it doesn't have to be interlaced fingers here. Squeezing the scapula together, thinking about just being kind to our friend, and if it's available, we're just going to turn and start to look over that right shoulder. And the gaze comes last. So it's like the hands come around, the shoulders come around, and then the head and neck come around last. Breathing here. This is called diamond wheel. Inhale back through center. Exhale. Start to go through your checklist. How's my posture? How's my breath? Let me think about my friend. Next exhale, turn to the other side. So now we're looking over the left shoulder, breathing. Inhale back through center, and then we're going to sweep those hands, interlace the fingers, temple hand, move your pointer finger up, and we're just going to drop to that right side. So we're opening the left rib cage here. Breathe deep. Think about your friend. Do your mental checklist. Helps our mind from wandering. Is that voluntary smile there? Inhale back through center. Exhale, we're going to drop to the other side for a few breaths. Feel the gills, feel the openness. That second layer of the onion, we're breathing deep. We're opening the rib cage. Inhale back through center. We're going to drop those hands back and behind. Interlace the fingers or hold on to your strap here. Squeeze the scapula, kind of drive the knuckles back. Start to look up a little bit. If you can drop the chin and open up the front of the throat, only if it's available. And then stay here or on an exhale, folding forward here. Thinking about being kind, giving that gift of kindness, seeing your friend being a kind person. Inhale, slowly coming on up. Exhale, let's release. Give those hands a little bit of a shake out. Yes. Lengthening those legs long after you maybe get rid of your prop here. Coming in for the next perfection, which is patience. The ability to notice our anger styles. Bounce out those legs. Give it a little bounce here. Yes. And then we're just going to take that right leg back. So you might stay here. You might hop it over the left leg. So you could stay here and do the twist. Or lean into that left hand. Take that left foot back and around. From the back and around and under. Open shoelace. Yes. Then, if you like, you can take that right arm here and just press it so you could have leverage like this. Or in this sequence, they like you holding onto the insole for some reason. Pressing that in, coming on down, create that kickstand, sit up nice and tall. On an inhale, lengthen, start to twist behind the belly button, the shoulders, then take the head and neck last. Breathing. And so now we're giving the gift of patience, seeing your friend in situations where maybe they would be angry and screaming, seeing them, recognizing that, healthy anger is a catalyst for change, but when it gets out of hand, causes suffering and closes the heart, and see their heart opening as you send them this gift of patience. Good. Taking the head back through, the shoulders back through. We're going to take and lengthen the legs long here. Give those legs a little bounce. Let's take that on the left side. Left foot back, hop that over here, or take the right foot back, open shoelace. We can take that left arm as leverage or drop it down to the insole. The right arm kickstand, sit up tall. Inhale, and then on an exhale, start to twist. Take it over the shoulder. Think about patience. The ability to not get angry or to recognize when you're in states of chronic anger. Inhale back through center, coming back through, or frustration. Leaning back in, lengthen those legs long, give those legs a little bounce. Coming in for the hook. We're going to sit up tall. It's like Tendasana. You press into the hands, sit up tall, flex those feet. Inhale, slowly come on in. Bring those hands to heart center. Think about your flower. Yes, we're giving the gift of patience here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take the thumbs up, interlace the fingers, and start to take the gaze with the thumbs and just take it over to the right side. You're not bending in that right elbow yet. You're just taking it over. Lift those thumbs, take the gaze over the thumbs, sitting up tall, breathing. How's my alignment? How's my breath? Do I have my voluntary smile? I'm giving the gift of patience. Then we can bend in that right elbow and pull that arm across, breathing. Good. Inhale back through center. And you're going to follow the gaze with the thumbs. We start to come to the left side, keeping the arms straight, sitting up tall, and you might even start to fall back a little bit. How's my posture? I want to sit up tall. I want to flex the feet. The heels are lifted. The gaze is over the thumbs. And then bend in that elbow, breathing, sitting up tall. Take the gaze back over the thumbs, breathing. Inhale back through center, and then release. Bouncing out the legs, coming in for the bow and arrow of joy. Crossing those legs, coming forward, stepping the feet back, gently coming down to the mat. And if you have time, which we don't, you can do 2 rounds of this bow pose. We're going to take the face to the mat here. We're going to take the hands alongside the body, taking the feet back. So maybe this is your version, or you could reach back ankles here, pulling the heels towards the buttocks, opening the quadricep muscle group, or on an inhale, pressing the feet into the hands and lifting up into bow pose, trying to keep those knees under the hips. Start to steady your breath, and you're giving the gift of joyful effort. You know what it's like to be in joyful effort when time flies and you don't even remember to eat maybe, and you're creating something and you're wishing this for that person. Exhale, dropping those heels back, letting each foot go gently down to the mat. On an inhale, get those hands underneath the shoulders. You're going to push it on back, coming in for the arrow. We're going to tuck those toes under. The knees come a little bit wider than the hips, and we take the hands underneath the shoulders. Fingers spread wide. Here's where we're going to work with those channels. When we mess with the face, we really mess with the nostrils and the ends of these side channels. So we're going to kind of go into lion's pose here. On that next inhale, just start to pull back on the hands. Look up a little bit. Open the mouth and the eyes as wide as you can. You might even start breathing through the mouth here. Breathing. Sending your friend the gift of joyful effort. See them in joyful effort. And then here we go. In that weird cat, we press into the hands. Exhale with a ha. Ha. Inhale. Exhale. Ha. Inhale. Exhale. Yes. Bring those knees back and under. Hips come around and we swing those legs around. Coming in for the perfection of stillness. We're going to take and lower down, so you might have to bend in the knees and lower down, however you do, but you could challenge the core here, lowering down. And this is where your choice is. If you're trained in shoulder stand, you can pike up first and then come up into your shoulder stand. I'm not going to teach that. I'm just teaching dead bug. So you can bend in the knees here and then extend those legs long. You could even maybe extend the arms long here in dead bug. Breathing, touching the sky with stillness. So we know how important stillness is to the human experience. And because we've been practicing and we've gotten a taste of it, and contentment on this deep level that's deeper than pleasure. And so we're wishing the gift of stillness, and this should be about 15 breaths here. And see yourself, see your friend meditating, see them asking you for books about meditation, see them going, at some meditation class, and then all of a sudden you see them walk in. Be creative with it. And it doesn't have to be meditation, any stillness. Great, so if you're in shoulder stand, start to pike on out, drop the feet behind the head maybe, or whatever, however you like to come out, using the arms as a break. If you're in dead bug here, we're just gonna allow the legs to come on down to the mat, bounce out the legs here, and then we're gonna just start to roll over onto our side, just press it on up, slowly coming on up. Yes. Once you can, get those feet underneath you, slowly coming on up to the feet here in a forward bend. And we're just gonna ragdoll up. Big inhale, ragdoll. Exhale, release. And then let it roll over like a ragdoll. Soften in the knees. Gently come on down to the mat. Extend those legs long. Lowering it back down to the mat. The death of the unknowing. Wisdom, which is the next perfection. Letting the feet fall to the side here. And just think about giving your friend the gift of wisdom. See them practicing wisdom in their life, and their suffering is reduced, and then the people around them suffering has reduced. And just start to visualize it. Don't underestimate your power of visualization. Gently check in with the 5 layers of the onion. See this body first. Feel the weight on the floor. Feel the surface area, the tactile sensation of clothing, any tension, hot or cold. Check in with the breath. See, maybe it's long, slow, and deep. Who knows? Maybe it's through the nose. Maybe it's through the mouth. Just check in and start to deepen and create those long exhales. Check in with the winds. See if you can feel that aliveness, maybe in the palms of the hands or the cheeks, or maybe a place you could, or the feet. You can feel this aliveness there. There's some way that you can recognize something deeper than this flesh and bone. And then check in with your own thoughts. And here we create the thought. We know that we practiced something wonderful and we created wonderful world seeds, and we planted these seeds, and we'll see kindness in the future if we let them ripen in the correct way. Beautiful. Just taking one hand and then the other hand, whichever one you want first, and just pulling off, almost like pulling our own afflictions. We take each finger and just kind of pull, and just pull that energy off, almost like that inky darkness, and we're just kind of throwing it like a paintbrush. Just taking each finger and not really pulling hard or cracking your knuckles or anything, just kind of pulling each finger. And then just roll out the wrists and the ankles and the fingers. Stepping the feet back towards the body and just rolling over onto your right side, pressing on up. Coming back through seated Sukhasana. I was 4 minutes off. It's tough. Sitting up nice and tall. Coming in for our mantra one last time. Taking the thumbs, pressing them into each other, bringing them into the hands. Tucking them into heart center, gently relaxing the shoulders back and down. Think about that visualization of your flower, of your diamond or your emerald, whatever it is, your jewel. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you to the teachers and the teachings. So this is the Dalai Lama's lineage. Thank you to you guys for practicing. You really added a new energy to the world today. It's amazing what you can do when you shift your world seed. And then thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to teach this beautiful practice, and being here and listening to all my babblings. Thank you so much for allowing me to be the instrument, guys. Namaste. And we can let those hands drop to the lap here, coming back with a soft gaze. And then I usually go right to the smile, just and smile at your teacher for thinking he could have done it in a half hour. We only went 6 minutes over, so if you guys do want to chat, or if you have any questions, I'm going to stick around here for a tiny bit. I mean, I know our allotted time is over, but if you want to and you want to choose to. I also I think I told you in the beginning, but I'm not sure, I'm going to send out an email which is going to have all the archives just in one page, all the links, and those will be available to you guys at any time. So so that will be coming probably on Sunday or Monday. And it was great being with you. If you don't want to chat, it was really wonderful. I'm going to turn on the microphones here. Does anybody have any questions?
This is Susie. I just want to say I'm going to miss you on Saturdays.
I know. That's what I like about doing the 4 in a row, because